Shalom. Kol Haloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rachakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Yeah, so I just want to jump right into it. I found this video off of TikTok, and there are two more that I kind of want to get to. I don't want to make this too long, but it's all good information. All this is breaking news, just happened within the past, I guess, day or two. But let's listen to this dude speak, and you're going to see exactly in the spirit where I want to take this video.
The president sent federal agents to arrest a man for speaking. Don't get lost in anything else. The rest of the story. The president of the United States sent federal agents under direct orders to arrest a man for speaking. That people are getting all tied up in citizenship and visas and green cards and all this other. The president of the United States sent armed federal agents to arrest a man for speaking at a protest, and they are now trying to deport him from the United States. Do not get this messed up. Again, they're going to be like, oh, but he's supporting the president of the United States. Sent armed federal agents to a man's apartment, ripped him from the arms of his pregnant wife, threw him in a van, drove him across a river, tossed him into an ICE detention facility, then flew him halfway across the country to hide him deeper inside of the ICE deportation system, so that way his lawyer and his wife, who was 8 months pregnant, could not find him, all because he spoke at a protest. The president of the United States did this. And then the president of the United States has tweeted, along with members of his administration, along with his allies, along with his donors and others, that this is just the first one. The president of the United States is declaring that the First Amendment is dead, that the only speech that is protected is speech that Donald Trump allows. That is what this entire moment is. And anyone who tries to claim otherwise is lying to you, or hoping that it isn't happening. Pull your head out of the sand. The president of the United States is arresting people for their free speech. And if this continues, we don't have a constitution. The president sent
Yeah, so obviously you know where I want to spin it in the spirit, because that's all this was. It was a dude who's basically an activist. He's a Palestinian activist. And he organizes protests. One was, I guess, at a university. So they're like, look, we got to crack down on this guy. He's talking against Israel. We can't have this. We can't allow this. So Trump sent armed federal workers or agents, whatever, to go to this man's house, arrest him in front of his 8-month pregnant wife, whatever. She's pregnant for 8 months. And now currently he's sitting in an ICE deportation center. I believe it's in Louisiana. Just like this guy said, everybody's talking about green card this, visa that, citizenship that. No, the man was just talking. That's it. But it's because Esau Edom doesn't like what he's saying. And really, I see it as them just testing the waters, sending out a signal. It's just a sign of things to come. Just like he said in the very end, this is only the first one. Now, what do you think we saying out there on the streets? I mean, straightforward, I'll say it right now. We speak against the current land of Israel and those people over there right now as well. They're not the people of God. They're not the children of God. Them niggas ain't holy, not saints. Absolutely not. We talk about the downfall of Babylon the Great. So you know where this is headed, and that's why you have to be very, very sure of your reasoning for coming into this ministry. You can't just say, oh, I was stressed and I'm mad about life, work, so now you find an outlet here. That's not what this is. Or you got into it because your best friend or your favorite cousin was in it. Or it just seemed like it was fun and you needed some friends. No, you have to understand the reason why Yahweh Shai died, the reason and significance of his sacrifice, and know that persecution is coming for us all because we're standing up for righteousness' sake. So persecution is coming. The whole freedom of speech is basically gone. I mean, them taking measures like this, the First Amendment it's already out the window. It doesn't even exist anymore. They can do whatever they want at this point. So anyway, we'll grab some corresponding precepts really quickly. I wanted to get maybe one or two more videos, like I mentioned. But they're going to do their best to try to remove the prophets from off the streets, because we're basically saying the same thing. This is Revelation 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. The first beast is referring to the Roman Empire. The second beast is talking about America. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Those two horns are referring to the two political parties, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. And they were two horns like a lamb. These two parties come off like a lamb because what? A lamb it's docile, it's meek, it's not aggressive, right? It's soft, it's gentle. And that's how they're portraying themselves. Each party is coming off as if they're for your best interest. They speak soft. We're going to do this for you. We're going to do that for you. We're going to put more money in your pockets, make life easier. Meanwhile, it says they spake as a dragon. So that's what they're saying. But what are they really saying? What does it mean when someone is speaking as a dragon? Well, what comes out of a dragon's mouth? Fire. And fire ain't no good. So this is representative of Esau coming down with hardcore measures, the things that he's going to be saying, the actions that they're going to be taking, especially concerning their political and economic standpoint. Nah, he's speaking up against the current land of Israel. We can't have that. Nah, send them boys in. I don't care where he is, at work, at a restaurant, if he's watching the movies, at the movie theater. No, my man was at home with his pregnant wife of 8 months. And they took that man. Now he's facing deportation. I saw a video too, and they said that apparently the judge is trying to block the order of deportation. But as of right now, he's still being held in an ICE detention center in Louisiana. Yeah, that's speaking as a dragon right there. That's speaking as a dragon. Hardcore measures are coming down the pipe. So we bring this information out to line it up with the scriptures so that the elect, and especially the men out there that are teaching, can really understand and know what you're into. Esau doesn't like the words that we're speaking. He doesn't like that we're speaking against the current Holy Land, the current people in the Holy Land, that we're speaking against Babylon the Great. So these hardcore measures are eventually, whether it's sooner or later, but eventually they're going to affect us as well. And we got to be prepared for it. I'm going to just keep flipping the page like this and jump to Revelation 2 and verse 10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil," and the devil right here is referring to Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, Caucasian, European, whatever he wants to call himself. "Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. 10 days just represents a full amount of time. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." So realistically, we have to understand that because we're teaching the doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which is against this current kingdom, we could be thrown in prison. We could be thrown in a detention center, a concentration camp, all because of the words that we're speaking. And that should let you know how powerful and how true it is the words are that the Lord is putting in our mouths. That alone right there should give you confidence. I want to jump back over now. Like I said, I got maybe just one more video.
We found out.
You can watch. I know what y'all saying. Oh, Candace Owens. But she be talking that good talk sometimes. I like Candace and the things that she says and her viewpoint on different scenarios. It's a long video, but if I can just find, as a matter of fact, I might or might not come back to it. If you want, you can check her video out. It's good.
Palestinian activists.
But I want to watch this one right here, and I'm going to see if I can fast forward right to the point where they were going into his so-called reason for why he was arrested. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
For its abuse. A real question is going to be, does this judge have jurisdiction here?
Like we really didn't get to sounds.
Here we are right here.
So it sounds, Katrina, like we really didn't get to the nuts and bolts legal arguments here. Is this a free speech matter? Does the government need to call Khalil a criminal, or at least allege some underlying crime other than organizing protests? It's still about where those arguments will be heard, not that they occurred themselves. Is that right?
Major, you're absolutely right. And twice in court today, in fact, the judge gave them an option. He said, do you want to discuss the merits of this case? And the sides did not take him up on it. But I did actually just obtain a government filing that says the basis on which they want to remove Mahmoud Khalil, which we had heard was likely. And that is this provision of the Immigration and Nationality Act that says the Secretary of State has the right to remove someone if they believe that their presence or activities in the United States are adverse to U.S. foreign policy. So this is the reason that they are giving, Major.
So they have the right to remove someone if their presence or the things that they're saying are against American foreign policies. Let's hear that last part again.
Has released a government state has the right to remove provision of the Immigration and Nationality Act that says the Secretary of State has the right to remove someone if they believe that their presence or activities in the United States are adverse to U.S. foreign policy. So
there you heard it right there. If your presence or activities in the United States are against foreign policies, then they have the right to remove you. And presence, activities, that goes into your speech. And actually, I'm going to watch.
We found out.
I'm going to get what my girl Candace said real quick. And really, I want to fast forward again to the clip that she posted. Because it's all about free speech. You know, forget the whole green card crap. That's what everybody's talking about. Well, you can't do this to him. He has a green card. He's a permanent citizen, blah, blah, blah. They did it for one reason and one reason only. It's just because he's speaking up against the current land of Israel right now. So let me find the clip that she inserted real quick.
I've been called to Hamas until we'll be following announcements.
Warrant his arrest, detention,
And the Speaker of the House, who was
Here it is right here.
like his opinion. Is that what we're getting at? And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here's Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, who was pointedly asked about which law this individual broke. And he's going to say a lot of words, but he's also going to say absolutely nothing. Take a listen.
Speaker, in your estimation, what crime did Mahmoud Khalil commit to warrant his arrest, detention, and the potential revocation of his green card?
This madness has to stop. We have to get control of it. This guy apparently was a mastermind of those very things, when the gnashing of teeth and the ripping of clothes and the people screaming at me, wanting to rip me limb from limb because I was there talking about moral clarity and how there's a right and a wrong. They were doing that. They disrupted the campus. They were threatening physical violence to their fellow students. If you're on a student visa, I'm going to say this clearly. If you are on a student visa and you're in America and you're an aspiring young terrorist who wants to prey upon your Jewish classmates, you're going home. We're going to arrest your tail, and we're going to send you home where you belong. And this is just getting started. So, look, I appreciate free speech. I used to defend it in courts, but this is far beyond the pale of that. When you are threatening your classmates and spewing anti-Semitism and all this hatred, it's enough. And I think the American people understand that. They're supporting it, and I'm glad we have a president who's strong enough to lay down the law. Thanks a lot.
Lot of words to not tell us what exactly Mahmoud Khalil himself did. He was apparently a mastermind. What? What do you mean, apparently a mastermind? What are you talking about? So Caroline.
Yeah, you can watch the rest. It's really good, but she gets more detail and goes deeper into things. But everybody's just talking about a whole lot of nothing. He was a mastermind, threatening people. From what I've seen, no one got hurt at the protests. And who knows if he was really threatening people on campus. I doubt it. I doubt that he's on campus. Yeah, I'm gonna, next time when I see you in class at 2:30, he ain't doing none of that crap. Highly doubt it. But they're going to paint that picture. They're going to make it seem like he's this dangerous and violent individual. Look what he's saying. We can't have this here. Of course not. It's just to crack down on freedom of speech. And all for the purpose because they need a reason to come down on the prophets. They don't like that we're chanting down their current kingdom, especially Babylon the Great. They don't like that we're talking down upon the current Holy Land right now. So they need a reason to come up against us. And they're going to use this more than likely right here. Free speech and the things that we're saying. So be prepared for it. That's all. Just got to be prepared no matter what. Like we already read in Revelation 2, verse 10. Keep your mind strong. That's it. And have faith. It's going to get you through. That's all you need. Revelation 12, verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Woe represents destruction. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And once again, the devil right here is referring to Esau, Edom, the slanderers of the entire earth. That's what they are. Nothing but slanderers. So that's what this is talking about. Esau, Edom is going to come down. He knows his kingdom is coming to an end. He sees the prophets out there prophesying about that end. And he's like, what can I do about it? I need to do something. So he's putting these different measures into place, political measures, social measures as well, trying to get people to come against us too. Yeah, you can read the comments if you want. Under Candace's video, majority of people are with her. But then in the other videos, they're like, man, he had it coming. Listen to what he's saying. Yeah, you can't be talking that talk, and these are the consequences. So it's like split, 50-50. Some people like, nah, this ain't right. Some people like, nah, these are the consequences. And that's cool. We're being warned right here that Esau is going to come down with great wrath. So it's fine. We're prepared for it, and we know it. All right, I was going to read this in 2 Ezra 5, but I think the point was made. You can read this in your own time if you want, starting at verse 9. Really 8 through 12. That's good as well. But I'll end it right there. Just remember what you're into right now. Remember why you're doing it. Remember why this is important. Ultimately, we're fighting for salvation. We're fighting for righteousness to reign here on earth. We're fighting for Yahweh Shai to rule once again like we know he is going to. It's an inevitable end. We just have to stay along that path that we know and believe the Lord has created for us to receive salvation. No matter what, have faith, repent, ask for mercy. And it doesn't matter if you're thrown in a detention center, prison, jail, whatever, for this word. The Lord is going to have your back. And you have to know that and believe it no matter what. So call Haloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.